It's actually happening. CD Projekt Red just officially announced that Cyberpunk Edgerunners is getting a second season, and more accurately, an Edgerunners 2. The internet is absolutely exploding right now, and for good reason. I mean, most of us thought this was a one-and-done masterpiece, so this news is massive. So today, we're gonna break down everything we know so far. Let's get right into it. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. The Dream Team is back for Edgerunners 2. This is the real deal. We're getting a brand new 10-episode story set in the world of Cyberpunk 2077. And it's coming straight from the legends at Studio Trigger, the exact same creative powerhouse that gave us the masterpiece that was Season 1. Now, the director is changing, but don't panic. The new person in charge is Kai Ikarashi. If that name sounds familiar, it should. He was the director for Episode 6 of the first season, the one with Rebecca's epic last stand. That episode is the highest rated one of the entire series, besides the finale. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that the project is in incredibly good hands. To top it all off, the original writer and showrunner are also returning. This is very much the same Dream Team getting back together, which is not only amazing news for the anime, but also hints at a very bright future for the Cyberpunk 2077 game itself. A brand new, heartbreaking story. First off, it seems like they're leaning into calling this Edgerunners 2, not Season 2. The official trailer is even labeled that way, and that's because CDPR has confirmed this is a completely new story that takes place after the events of the first season. And yes, spoilers, but the trailer itself makes it brutally clear that David's story is over. It really feels like this is going to be its own separate thing. It seems pretty unlikely that major characters from the first crew, like Lucy or Falco, will show up for more than just a quick cameo. But just because the characters are new doesn't mean the tone is changing. The press release describes the new season as a raw, real chronicle of redemption and revenge, something unlike what we've seen before. And if you had any doubt it was going to be an emotional gut punch, the showrunner basically confirmed it. In an interview, he said, and I'm paraphrasing a bit here, "I'm from Poland. People in Poland are sad. We're born sad, we die sad, so I just wanted to make the world sad. When people are sad, I'm a bit happy." Yeah, I think that man found his true calling. Meet the kid with the camera. CDPR released the official teaser trailer for everyone, and while it's short, it gives us some huge clues. The big takeaway is this new kid who's always holding a camera. They're front and center in all the promotional art and pop up the most in the teaser. We see them around some text about media deletion, and they're right in the middle of the final group shot. The theory that's already taking over the internet is that kid is our main character, and the entire plot of Edgerunners 2 will be about them filming things. Maybe they're a budding braindance artist or a journalist who accidentally filmed something they were never supposed to see. It's a fascinating idea, and it might be what CDPR meant when they said they're doing something unlike what we've done before. Of course, another big theory is that this could be David and Lucy's child, which would explain why they feature so heavily in the teaser. Personally, I think this is a long shot, but right now it's all speculation. In that final shot, we also see a whole new crew. A few months back, you might remember the Cyberpunk 2077 birthday calendar with 6 encrypted birthdays. I'm willing to bet those birthdays belong to these 6 new characters we're seeing right here. Don't hold your breath, the release date. Okay, so let's talk about the elephant in the room. When can we actually see this? Sadly, you're gonna want to pump the brakes. We're probably waiting a decent while for this one. The new trailer is specifically to announce that production is starting, which means work likely only began a short while ago. Let's use Season 1 as a benchmark. It was announced in June of 2020, and even then CDPR said they had already been working on it for a while. The show eventually came out in September 2022. That's a production timeline of at least 2 years. So for Edgerunners 2, I think we're looking at a release date of late 2026 at the absolute earliest, and more likely late 2027. The most telling sign is the lack of a release date, or even a release year in the announcement. Gorgeous art takes time, and Studio Trigger's art is absolutely gorgeous. More Chrome for your game. What this means for Cyberpunk 2077. Now, this is where things get really interesting for fans of the game. A lot of people might forget this, but Edgerunners Season 1 was the turning point for Cyberpunk 2077. After that show came out, the game's player count exploded, and they never dropped back down to their previous lows. The anime permanently changed the game's trajectory for the better. CDPR knows this. They have to hold Edgerunners in incredibly high regard. With Season 1, we got that nice little in-game DLC tie-in with David's jacket. For Edgerunners 2, I have to imagine they're gonna do something similar, and probably even bigger. I fully expect them to lean into this with a much larger free DLC. Remember a few months ago, a writer at Virtuous Games, the same studio working on the new updates for Cyberpunk, updated their LinkedIn profile to mention that they were writing dialogue for multiple new side quests for a Cyberpunk 2077 DLC. Couple that with other little things, like the Polish voice actress for Judy recently teasing work on a new Cyberpunk character, and it seems like the game's future is brighter than we thought. So yeah, Edgerunners 2 is probably a ways away, but what it also means is that Cyberpunk 2077 will probably keep getting updates and maybe even more free DLC, for a bit longer than we are all expecting. If CDPR is potentially making a new expansion for The Witcher 3 after 10 years, why wouldn't they support Cyberpunk with more content when it's about to get another massive wave of popularity? It just makes sense. Marvelous verdict. The hype is real, but the potential wait until 2026 or 2027 is gonna be brutal. Still, just knowing that we're going back to the Night City with Studio Trigger at the helm is more than enough to keep us going. But we want to hear from you. What are your wildest theories? Who do you think this kid with the camera is? Do you think any of the original characters will make a surprise return? Drop all your thoughts and speculation down in the comments below. We're gonna be reading through every single one. See you guys next time.